I don't know that I'm going to be able to do this. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the final episode of the year. Episode, God knows what number we're on. But it's the end of the season.
It's the end of the season.
It's the end of the season. So
it's episode Z. It's episode Z. Or Z, excuse me. International audience.
So this is our last episode. We figured we'd end 2023 with a little bang. And we got our official Jira Amigo hats. So if you're coming to Team 24, definitely keep an eye out because we're going to be hard to miss. And we got a special one for Roddy right there for when he comes on over. So you're not escaping this. But Bob, in all seriousness, though, we're probably too close to be wearing these. We're going to be hitting each other.
Yeah.
That's half the fun there, guys. That's half the fun.
For a person of Uno, and now I got those.
There's more room in Las Vegas, isn't there?
There will be,
at the Venetian. So
we'll have a little bit more shoulder room there. So anyways, folks, thank you again very much. As you can see, we have a special guest, Mr. You changed your name on me.
The Quiz Whiz Master himself.
The Quiz Whiz Master himself, yes.
I'll take the title of being the first APAC guest on the Jira Live. I think that's good enough.
I mean, that right there.
There was Fun Man Andy last week.
But he's not APAC.
He's not APAC. He's EMEA.
Oh, okay.
He's EMEA. Yeah, we'll take it.
There you go.
Yeah. First APAC. So everybody else waking up early, send your hate mail to Mr. Quizmaster at quizmaster.com.
And I think online Andy has quite the thing to kind of note Saz and the Has. So just highlight that.
Yeah, we got Mr. Saz and the Has. All right. So we're gonna have fun with this. We wanted to do kind of like 2023 year in review. Do a little bit of a retrospective, so we have some.
I mean, Sajid is an agile coach. I'm an agile coach. You're an agile coach.
I'm a wannabe agile.
Okay, then actually, so am I. And so we're going to kind of bully up. It's the end of like some natural boundary. So of course, we're screaming to do retrospectives. But I think before we do that, we should find out a little bit more about our resident quizmaster and what he's been doing.
Yeah, tell us what's new in your life. What can we expect?
Well, so I mean, we started the podcast. We were just talking about how Jira Avengers is one of my favorite teams. Of course, King Bob is the reigning quiz king. And if anybody noticed, we are actually wearing the same hoodie. It says champion and mine says Quizmaster. But yes,
Can we make like a participant one?
No. Come on.
Future dropout. How about that?
Just maybe like a little trophy, a little plaque.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I participated.
Participation trophy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I participated in Quiz Whiz and all I got was this T-shirt.
Yeah, there you go. Something like that. That wasn't good enough to beat the undefeated champions.
Yes, but jokes apart. I'm in Delhi, based out of Delhi, specifically Gurgaon for anybody who's journeying in from the APAC. Been part of the Delhi Atlassian community as a leader for last 5 years now. Been organizing events. We've organized more than 120 events now. I think we are one of the few in the entire ecosystem in the terms of communities who organize that many events. And now I manage another community called QuizWiz, which we will have more conversations around later in the day. This is just one fun way where we get different people from all across the ecosystems, all across the geographies to come together and just have fun, have conversations, have meetups. And there's a healthy competition and a lot of trash talking. A lot of hate on soccer as well. But yeah, that's something that I've...
But I can see your messy jersey back there. No wonder you gang up on me.
Definitely. The U.S. has two pastimes. One is baseball. The other is hating on football.
Football.
The other football.
The original football. If you kick a ball only once and call it football, I don't buy it.
Yeah, my dad is not happy with that at all.
So,
that's any way we can name an alternative for ourselves?
For yourself? So if
And
you
my
are not,
brother-in-law turns out that he's like a trivia master, and if we can just substitute for me,
what about Atlassian trivia? Like, how would he work with Atlassian trivia? It's
it's
equal parts.
okay. It's okay. We all got those answers wrong anyways. Nobody memorizes the UI, or nobody can figure out that word search.
I think he's trying to bring in a ringer. He didn't tell me his cousin was Ken Jennings, the current Jeopardy host and one of the all-time Jeopardy champions. So,
how about this? Just for the speed round, I let him come in.
Oh yeah. That's the difference maker for sure. But I mean, we can see we can have like in next edition maybe phone a friend kind of an option where you can
We're turning into who wants to become a millionaire. We should have like a call a friend, and what were all the other options from? I forgot. I haven't seen that show in years.
Phone a friend, 50-50.
That would be a good one.
And then you can flip the question.
That would be a good one. Yeah, maybe swap. Or you know what?
Swap
we should do like Uno, or like swap the points with the other team.
Oh yeah, we'll take all these feedback into the next season for sure. I am just seeing Emilio's comment. Is the Messi jersey signed? It's not signed, sadly, but I did buy it from the actual Camp Nou 2018 Barcelona Summit. Saw a match, bought the jersey, brought it back, framed it.
Look at Sean. Sean's got a really good one here. Poll the audience. Ask for help from the audience. See, maybe
that's a good idea.
Here.
Considering most of the time the audience is me and Bob, is that really the same as phone a friend?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, there's no. I mean, there are some other audiences as well, but yeah, Rodney and Bob have done their homework in terms of
from a community building perspective. This will give everybody the opportunity to determine the fate of the quiz whiz.
Yeah, for sure.
Come in and be a part of the show.
Definitely. Team 24, we are definitely doing some sort of quiz. Sean says he'd feed Bob wrong answers. I don't think Bob needs any answer. I sometimes feel Bob reads my mind and knows the question before I'm even asking. I don't know what that is. Like, it's just,
I'm just saying, I chose well with a partner.
He's put some spamware in my laptop. I don't know. He sometimes knows.
He's got answers. A keyboard stroker.
I'm pretty sure nobody knows. But like Bob pulls it out.
He's got to be. There's something fishy with Bob.
There was one last year. It's not the one we did, but the answer was Bruce Willis, and it's like pop star from the early '80s. And I'm like, how did you get A to B, Bob?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I remember seeing that album, and so it's a good amount of it could be the in front of me at Team 24. No, a lot of it is just kind of things I've experienced and kind of seen and actually kind of remember. So.
Yeah, we went to Old Town yesterday and we were looking at trivia from the 1600s, and this homie had them all locked in. So, by the way, anything you want to do on San Diego, we're covered because we just went through the entire history of San Diego. So, anything California, Gold Rush.
There's a Comic-Con in San Diego. Are you saying
there is a
covered everything?
I've never been because it's almost impossible to get into. It reminds me of that episode of The Big Bang Theory where they're like refreshing.
Yeah, definitely.
We for me and my wife's honeymoon, we actually tried to get in San Diego Comic-Con and we couldn't. So we were like, okay, we'll go to Puerto Rico instead. Then Hurricane Maria hit. Puerto Rico was basically closed. And like, okay, where do we go now? Let's go to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And that's what actually ended up sticking. It's like our plan C.
Well, plan A next time should be come to San Diego and not go to Comic-Con, but hang out with. Although you got to do it within the next 3 weeks because I'll be out in 3 weeks. I'll be gone. I'm moving. All right. So, Sajid, not to, so first of all, the show is very, it takes off in many tangents. So sorry for interrupting you.
No, that's it. So, other than that, I mean, there's a lot more happening in QuizBiz universe in the next year. But I mean,
are you going to give us teasers this year, or we got to wait till the end? What's the
no. Before, after we've done the review, I'll probably just show you a sneak peek.
Remind me that we got a little special something.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
probably.
So
10
let's say
minutes,
about
10
10 minutes or so at the end.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Well, then for everybody else, let's go talk about the highlights of 2023. What did Atlassian introduce?
So
And in the comments, maybe start dropping your predictions. What is your favorite thing? What do you think we're going to talk about? We haven't disclosed this with anybody, and so I'm curious to see if we got them all or if we missed
We
one.
we haven't got them all.
no, not
We
even
got them all. We got
close.
them all. We were very.
No.
We got them all.
Yes.
Well, let's find out in the comments. What was your favorite 2023 feature, event, thing that happened in the Atlassian community? Let us know. We'll compare it here. We have our list here, and we're gonna go take a look. Ronnie, do you want to share your screen? Do you want me to share my screen? How do you want to do this?
If you can share your screen, I've got all sorts of controls up on mine.
You got it, boss. I'm just here so I don't get fined. All right. I'm not a Trello user. Is there a way to make this full screen? I think I can do this.
You
Hey.
could F12
Don't say
Oh,
that.
the Jira
or
Life.
F11.
It's called the Jira Life, not the Trello Life.
You're getting one hate mail from Brittany tonight.
So Sean is kind of guessing that one of the things that we talk about would be price increases, and we actually do weave that into some of the things that we've talked about. But you'll see here, being the Agile Coach wannabes, we decided to go with the traditional 4 L's retrospective. So we thought about the things from Atlassian and the community that we loved, the things from Atlassian and the community that we loathed, where we can see some opportunities for improvement, the things from Atlassian and the community that we longed for. What are we still wishing that Atlassian or partners or the community would do? Unlearned, we quite didn't get anything in there, so it's more like a 3 L's and a shocked by. So I think the additional column there, anything that was a total surprise, came out of left field.
So you want to start good news, bad news? Where should we start? Should we start with things we loved?
I think we should start with the top one on things we love, because I know this one has been a big impact on all of us on this show right now.
Do I click on it? Again, I'm not a Trello user. I don't have to click on it.
I mean, you can, but you don't have to.
Okay. Atlassian Creator. That was
Yeah.
a monumental event that finally happened.
Last
it had been
January, if I
happening for a
remember
while.
right.
It had been happening for a while, but they finally opened it up for us wannabes.
Well, I mean, the initial cohort, the first of us, I think, was last January, and then mid-year they opened it up to a wider group.
Yeah, so this is pretty big. This
It's
was
technically still the same class of 2023, I believe, because you guys got inducted in. But yeah, definitely we're the muggles who now are learning in the Hogwarts.
Well, keep in mind, I'm the only one that wasn't part of the Cool Kids Club here. I was the only one that had to beg my way in.
Well, wait a minute. I'm in the same cohort as you.
Are you really? I thought you were the OG one.
No,
you're not OG.
No,
I'm not OG.
No, neither am I. Only
Really?
Rodney.
I was the only one in the original cohort.
Yes.
Aren't you guys all leads though?
Well, yeah.
It's a different program.
That's a different thing.
I know it's a different program, but I thought that by default, by being
Just because it was opened up to leads doesn't mean all the community leaders joined in.
So now I don't feel as guilty or bad.
There you
or
go.
As much hate.
See, you're one of us now. They're there.
Hopefully, we get a little side rope area at Team 24 as well for the creators, because there's no.
Well, if Atlassian doesn't do something, I'm working on something with some vendors, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right. But that was cool. We finally got to participate in that. It's been great. I love the fact that we all have a Slack channel to talk to each other. That's my favorite feature.
That alone, just a place where we can collaborate and coordinate.
16 OGs, 38 newbies. Look at that. That's what it comes out to.
Yeah.
I thought you muted yourself.
I did. It's Pokemon Go telling me I have to do stuff. Let me get rid of that.
Next up, we have. Nobody wants to.
Monday coffee.
This is why I just hog the show. I set you guys up for success here. Monday
I'm trying
Coffee's
here.
100th episode, which a couple of us participated in. I think all of us except for you, right?
No, I did not participate.
But Sajid, you had a
Yeah.
bit, right? And Ronnie, you had
Yeah,
a bit.
I
and had a
did.
bit. So I should have won.
Actually, yeah, same. We should have won the
We should have worn our
100th
Monday
episode
Coffee
T-shirt.
100th episode. Yep. So
I
that was
wore
the
it
case.
Tuesday.
I had to go take up a screenshot because Rodney was convinced that that episode happened in 2022.
I thought it did. I don't know why I thought I did, but I thought I recorded that at my old house.
When did you move?
July 22.
Oh no, then yeah, you're smoking some crack over there.
I mean, I'm not known for my memory on the best of days, so
I know. I tell everybody that I'm like Dory from Finding Nemo. Well, but yeah, 100th episode. This one was a special episode. All the members, strong word, many members from the Atlassian community got a chance to participate and bring the news to the Atlassian community. So Monday Coffee still running strong every single Monday. If you haven't caught any, ran by our good friends Nikki and Biro, who have a lot of fun with this, right?
yeah.
I think it's definitely a
And,
staple of the Atlassian community now.
Yeah,
Right.
they're
I
taking
think
a bit of a
officially-
break right now during the
Right.
holidays,
Yeah,
but
for the holidays.
Yeah.
You got to refresh, man. Even my channel, we've been quiet over there.
Yeah, season 4 is coming up probably in January, I believe, right?
Yeah,
That's what I've been told.
Make sure you check out their bloopers because their blooper episode, which is the last one that just dropped,
yeah,
was
that was fun.
hilarious. All right.
Oh.
I was listening to the last episode where FMA was telling about how much fun he had with like shooting the episode.
Shooting, yeah, there.
Yeah.
Yeah, one day Rodney and you, we're gonna have to make a trip out to the Brighton. Is it where they're at?
Yeah, they're in Brighton.
yeah.
We have to the UK and
They have a very good football, like, you know.
We'll have to take Alex to a
I
football
think
game.
there
if
as
me and
well.
Alex
I'm like
go
Ted
together,
Lasso here, folks. We don't know soccer. Why is there a game that you can tie in?
There are so many games,
No, but
and there are tiebreakers, like just like quiz as well.
Mhm.
I don't like soccer.
Okay, coming back.
Coming back, Team 23, the event where we all finally get to. It was the first and last time that we all were in the same place together.
Yeah.
Why are you saying last time?
Eh?
You said first and the last time?
Well, yeah, because we were the first time that
Because
we met.
I think
and it was the
Alex
last
is
time that we met.
subconsciously not going to Team 24.
Why?
Okay, fine. It was the first and the latest time that we met.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you. Yes, it was awesome, like meeting everybody after a while. Obviously, like I think the group has grown a lot. Like I've been part and attending the community leader workshop since 19, and it just keeps on increasing each year, and such amazing people keep on joining. It's like the cool kids club for sure. And just meeting some of those people that you have a conversation with on Slack, on LinkedIn. My highlight was the leader dinner, of course. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Actually, Bob and I were like in a Jira Align workshop before we had actually met.
Yep.
So we are actually friends before we got together on that workshop, and that's when we knew that Bob had also joined the community leaders group.
So I knew Ronnie was going to be there. So we were Twitter messaging each other because we didn't even have his numbers at that point. But
At one point, I got tired of Twitter messages. I'm like, Alex, here's my phone number. Just text me, please.
and then Bob, I'm walking around. I don't even remember, but it was right around the time that I ran into you, Sajid. I was not expecting to meet or see you, and then I shortly ran into Bob.
You were an aisle away from. You were over in the next aisle, and I could see you straight shot because I was at the release team booth, and I was like, "Oh, I know this guy. I should say hello."
I should say, well, that's more.
And so I go up there, and it's like, "Yep, big fan. I love what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job." So thought I'd say hello.
I don't even know. Thank you.
And Andy just put my one of the highlights of Team 23, sitting with Andy, Mike, and just blabbering about. There were so many topics. Like I don't know who. I think Bob and Ronnie, you guys were there, right? Like everybody got up. People are dancing, eating. Me, Andy, Andreas, and Mike. We're just talking. I don't remember half of the conversation, but we just kept on talking.
I'm looking forward to teams this year because I felt very alone at Team 23. Like during the expo was great, but like lessons learned: stay in the hotels as close as humanly possible to the thingy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Two,
yeah.
bring comfortable shoes.
Yeah,
Obviously.
I think every year this gets published, but every year I meet somebody who would be like saying that I should have worn comfortable shoes. Like everybody, all of us always keeps on saying the same thing.
Yeah, and it was
One thing
interesting.
that I
like-
missed, sorry, one thing that I miss, and I'm saying this everywhere out in the universe on Slack messages, is Dave's dim sum lunch. Like I've been reading about it for a couple of
Yeah.
years. I've
Dave,
never
Dave
made it.
Liao, one of
Next
the
year, I was
community
like, oh, yeah.
leaders, he does a dim sum lunch, and it was on the Monday, and I made myself available for that. We went out to Din Tai Fung and just went to town on gobs and gobs of dumplings.
Nice.
So
Well, see, that's the thing that made me feel kind of
I'm
alone.
going
right?
to- I'm
Everybody
going to plan my team 24 around that, Bob. Like
about
that.
Yeah,
that lunch.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
guys
I
are-
flew in after that, so I had to miss it entirely. I barely made it to the community leaders kickoff.
I wasn't even aware of any of it. So
Next
Well,
year,
That's
maybe
why we need to
creators-
have more Jira duties.
yeah, well, we need to, for the Jira Life folks, we come as a group of 3. So make sure you invite us to all the happenings and all your events.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of parties where we will be making appearances
I mean,
together. and
With the
stuff.
sombreros.
Yep, with or without
Rodney-
sombreros.
Rodney and Bob, you definitely get invited because of your community leader status, right? You can just say, "Hey, Alex is my +1."
I know, right? So Team 24 is going to be, what is it, April 30th through May 2nd? Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere on that 29th or
Last,
30th.
basically like the last day of April and like the first couple of days of May.
Yep.
Little later than this year. But yeah, so I was just saying that like I felt so alone because like everybody went with like their teams. Like so you were there with Trundle, right? Rodney,
I had the whole Blizzard crew there.
you had the whole Blizzard crew. I was just the team of Uno. Like I was just hanging out by myself. So you had release team there. Like everybody had like their little groups and stuff, and I'm just like the third wheel on everything.
Well,
You had Chris.
But I was attaching myself to Chris. Like I latched myself. I wasn't invited by Chris. Like I just latched on.
It took me to like the last day of team to finally come across Chris. I swear the man was hiding from me. And that may have to do with one of the items on the shock buy.
All right. What else do we have here?
Clash and Intelligence.
which was officially announced at Team 2023, and it just recently
Launched.
went into most of the features went into GA a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, talk about making an announcement, hyping it all up, getting everybody excited, and then waiting 9 months, 6 months.
Well,
I think that has been the MO for it.
I know it's here, but now I didn't even use it.
it's here, and of course, because we've done some of it, but not all of it. It's in the loved column as opposed to the one of the other columns. So
Yeah.
good on you, Atlassian, for being able to get such a thing that was massively hyped definitely out before the end of the year.
I mean,
Other things.
we look at past teams and past announcements, and there's some announcements I swear are in 2 or 3 events. We'll see it in Teams, then we'll see it in Unleash, then we'll see it again in
High velocity, low velocity.
High Velocity, and then we'll see it again at the next team, and then they'll release it. So having this one just a 1-year cycle is like, okay, they're really serious about this one.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Well, I mean, it was a year of AI, right? Every single tech company, it was AI. It was all about that. So everybody except Apple. I think Apple was the only tech company that did not make a single AI announcement. All right. Product discovery. We talked about this one. General availability was finally a thing. Extra revenue source and potential, fingers crossed, aha killer.
We'll see
I
about
mean,
that.
It's definitely a good tool. Like I'm myself using it,
Mhm.
but there were some issues that I definitely have. Like I've noted them down. I'm hoping Team 24 I'll be able to catch some product manager from product discovery and have a conversation. It's a good tool, or can be a good tool, but it's not like, I didn't
Prime time
think,
ready?
honestly. Yeah, I don't think it was.
I had
quite
used it at
ready.
the I had used it before Team, wasn't impressed. When I was at Teams, I went to their little booth that they had there, and then I saw the delivery tickets, because prior to April, they didn't have a delivery ticket, and you couldn't directly, like, you could do like a link issue.
Yeah.
You couldn't connect them together the way you can now through like a delivery ticket. That right there is what changed it for me. Like, that was a game, like, that made me want to use JPD. But yeah, there's still a couple of things that are missing. I think I made a video recently, or did we talk? We talked about this recently, where we're like, hey, it'd be great if you could see it in the hierarchy, because the idea kind of sits above your epics, right? But you can't really see it.
That's
like,
the idea.
You can't pull it into your advanced roadmap or anything, right? So,
I mean, you can pull it in others. Like, so I have a structure board where I've pulled in my JPD and my Jira software and other projects in there as well to
we
kind
don't
of
have
have
that
that
kind of money,
hierarchy.
but we be poor over here.
Come on,
Structure,
like,
man.
we just
That's
had a
talk right
conversation.
there.
I was just listening to the last week's episode where Andy was telling you to just reach out to LM, man. Just reach out to Tempo. Tell them, like, we need, like, I'm a creator.
Yeah.
Give me a free license.
Did you hear the biggest lesson that Andy gave me at Team 23?
What was that lesson?
So I have a picture with Anu, and I stalked her for like 3 days or the 2 days trying to take a picture with her, and I couldn't get myself to, like, approach her. And Andrew's like, you have to be the boss of Ballsville. And that right there, like, stuck with me. So after I came back from Team 23, I basically get what I want because I go and ask for it. Because staying on the sidelines, you don't get what you want.
I mean,
yeah,
it wasn't just
not
Andy
everything.
telling you that.
Oh,
I was sitting there saying the entire time, Alex, you got to put your stickers out there. You got to be aggressive. At one point, I was literally like, no, really, just take someone's badge and put your sticker on it while I put my sticker on your badge.
Which I put away already. All right, let's talk acquisitions. We have 2.
So yeah, it's roughly a light year for Atlassian. They only bought. Well, first, one other thing that they did buy, it's actually a few items down below, is Confluence databases from K15T.
That was a purchase?
That was a purchase from K15T. But they bought other companies / products, including AirTrack and Loom. So the paints or the ink's not dry on that one, and people are still wondering how those will fit into the Atlassian suite. And I think Loom is also a mystery there, at least in my eyes, just because it's okay. How does this work with Jira or Confluence? And, it might be a case of Atlassian buys what their workers love, but.
I had somebody reach out to me.
I think. Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
Yeah. Somebody was asking me, they're like, hey, what's the Loom integration look like with Jira? Because they wanted, like, when you find a bug and you fill out a bug, you want to be able to screen capture and be able to, contain the information, the details of that bug, and having something that's tightly integrated, right, where you can really, really go and grab that information at the moment of inception of a bug, I think would be very helpful, or a good use case, I think, for.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very good, valid use case.
I think another use case, and probably what Atlassian is thinking, is what they did for the Atlassian Intelligence announcement for those of us who had embargo access, where they had a video explaining all the features and what they were announcing, all that on the Confluence page with all the details.
I can see, we got something that didn't make it on here because I wasn't sure when it got released, but presenter mode in Confluence. But I can see, like, theater mode in Confluence, right, where you got, like, a little bit more, more video heavy centric. Because, like, even when you fire up, like, Instagram, right, it's like all videos now, and so a picture's worth 1,000 words, but a video's worth like 10,000 words. Yeah. So I can see companies really leveraging, if it's like natively built in, maybe a little Command K type of shortcuts type of stuff, and be able to capture information and, like, communicate, and maybe use the AI to, like, scrub through the video, build, like, your notes.
Yeah, I think that's the goal that they are going for, like so that AI can scrub to, just get easier notes. It's easier to search information through a video. Those are
And
those
create
items
the
they'll
tickets for
definitely.
you. Create the bug
Yeah.
out of the video.
Right.
What the
I
details
am
of the
most
bit.
excited that I'm fingers crossed, hopeful that the committee leaders will get a free subscription for Loom, like a good, because it will get embedded into it or something. But like, yeah, AirTrack is. I know AirTrack and Loom both get spoken at the same time, and both have very very vastly different. For weeks, everybody kept saying AirTrack got acquired, and nobody had any idea what will it do.
AirTrack was. I thought I tried to hype it up in the quiz whiz, but I got it wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've had some, like in partner workshops with JSM teams. We've seen some, but like I'm still looking forward to what it's going to bring in,
Yeah.
like substantially in terms of what that integration would look like.
And let's have a little fun with this. In the comment section, what company do you think Atlassian should or will acquire in 2024? What are your predictions?
Ape Tech tutorials.
May those words make it to somebody of importance at Atlassian.
No, I think that's more in Appfire.
Oh yeah, that's also
I don't know.
true.
There may be some talk with some certain solution partners. We'll see. 2024 is going to be definitely the year to keep an eye on APEC.
As I said, I've been hyping up ApeTech to all the solution partners. Like, hey, he's looking for sponsorships right now for next year. If you want in, go talk to him now.
Yep. If you're looking for a place to make your brand be known, we are.
I think what you were suggesting to Andy, Alex, if you do that, like we are a race car driver and just start putting badges.
I was looking at that one world chess. What's his name? Magnus, the chess player?
Magnus Carlsen.
Yeah,
Magnus
apparently the guy
Carlsen.
just walks around with jerseys with like all his partners on. So I'm like, I don't mind making my videos with like 15 patches.
I mean, Project Track, anyone?
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, send t-shirts, PO box. I need to get a PO box next year. Send t-shirts. I'll wear them in my YouTube videos. All right. My biggest favorite, most awesome announcement. I use this daily. Confluence whiteboards, hands down,
100%.
best thing of 2023 in my opinion. What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%. Loved it.
Yes.
I'm waiting for it to become a little bit more powerful, but I love it.
All right, and I think it says something to its impact that we're talking about something that was announced at Team 2023, was released as a beta, and is still a beta, and we still love it.
We still love it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
sure.
this and AI were the takeaways from Team 23. There was a whole bunch of other things announced and a whole bunch of other things talked about, but these were the two big things. If you knew nothing else about Team 23, this is what you need to know.
Yeah. This Confluence Whiteboards intro video that I did is probably one of my better performing 2023 videos as well.
And it's funny that like everybody kind of coming into Team 23 knew that there would be some AI announcement. Like if you were part of the app day that happens a day before when Atlassian officially begins, Anu had kind of teased it a bit there as well. But Atlassian whiteboards came out like
swinging
completely out of the blue. It just
Well, it was really funny. So I had done a video maybe like 3 weeks before Teams and on why you shouldn't get Confluence Premium. Like why I made the case of like stay on standard, it's not worth going to premium because all the premium features are mainly for Confluence admins and not for users. And Atlassian reached out and said, hey, if you're going to be at Team 23, we want to talk to you about that video. We want to know your thought process. And so she's like, what would make it like what could we add to Confluence that would make it better, make it worth that premium price? And I made a comment of like, it'd be great to do like whiteboards. And she's like, you're gonna be very, very happy. She's like, you're gonna be very, very happy tomorrow's keynote. Oh yeah, my whiteboard over here.
Yeah, mine's attached to my door. I can't get it right now.
I can't show the details of my whiteboard because there's projections in here.
Because this is a family-friendly show.
No. There's just the 2024.
There's Ape Tech tutorial secret stuff in there. So
are you afraid some blogger's going to steal your ideas?
No, Bob hasn't looked to my wall over there, but there's like about $1 billion worth of stuff on that board.
Oh, Mandy,
everything-
we're getting there. We're getting there.
All right. Well, so anyways, Confluence whiteboards. It looks like a family favorite here. Compass. Let me tell you how much time I spent on Compass due to this book that we're writing. Great product, I think. I don't know how effective it's going to be. What do you guys think about Compass?
I think if there needs to be observability and the developers need to take advantage of that observability, Compass will lead the way, so to speak.
But I think it's going to be a great tool for a new or newer company. But an existing company with a legacy code base, I think it's going to be a tough sell.
There would probably have to
Yeah.
be some sort of migration effort. There usually is with,
Well,
with
there
something that
better-
has an established code
Those
base.
Atlassian people better be thinking about something quick because I can just see adoption
Not-
being an
Yeah.
uphill battle for adoption.
Definitely, that sell is going to be very hard.
But the tool is
a team of
powerful.
that
I
size.
love it. I would
Yeah.
use it. I think it's a really the idea, the novelty behind it, how you use it, the integration. I think is great execution. It's just going to be a tough sell for existing folks.
And I think it's
mean-
it's helping Atlassian kind of think outside of the box because now with Compass, they've kind of solidified the practice of checkops. And so to the point, it's now even a new team play.
Yeah.
So will it get adoption outside of those of us that are used to the Atlassian ways of working and the tools that help? We'll see. That's hopefully something that will be answered in 2024.
Yeah, let's stick around. So we got a couple more. Confluence databases, almost overhyped feature, I think. I was very excited about this one. Haven't had a chance to use it, but it also just came out last week.
So
I haven't had a
been
chance to
there.
use this one yet.
K15T was on the marketplace with that for a while, right?
yeah, they were it was out there for a while. And I think it's kind of really beneficial. Think of it as an Excel spreadsheet that keeps track of
Data.
well, yeah, everything in there. And
But it's dynamic, right? Like you can
Mhm.
use multiple pages and reference it, and it can do deductions of arithmetic and stuff like that.
right. And if it gets plugged into some form of Atlassian intelligence, ooh.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I want to try it out. I know that the beta just was released recently. It's just with the holidays and stuff, not the best time to release software. All right, and then a fan favorite, the reason why we're all here, the Jira Life debut.
Yeah.
I had to put that down. I mean, come on, it was an event.
It was fun. So Rodney and I, just to give you
yeah.
all the backstory in case you don't know, Rodney and I had been flirting with this idea for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah, we talked about it some at Team 23. We actually sat down and did a recording together at Team 23. And that, it's the same format we do here, but it just worked so well. We were just
Shoulder to
pinging
shoulder.
off each other.
And then we thought about it some more, and we talked about it some more, and 60 days later,
It's like, what would we call this? And I think I made a joke during one of your live streams that what ended up being our tagline, I didn't choose Jira Life chose me.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, why I love that joke. I think it's so accurate. Let's run with it.
Yeah, and when we were a little, we didn't want to alien her. I wanted I almost wanted to call it the Atlassian life, right? Because I just didn't want to just only talk about Jira. But as you can all see, it's been great. I think we made the right decision, and it's been fun. And so thank you all for joining us on this journey. We got huge plans. Bob and I were thinking of some cool stuff for 2024. I know, Rodney, we've been talking with Will about a potential cool thing that we're cooking up for next year. So, and Sajid, we may even give you a run for your money and take away your undisputed crown of awesomeness.
What?
So stick around for 2024 because it's going to be a great year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let me just tell you this, Sajid. You need to innovate in order to keep your crown of awesomeness.
I mean, we've about 10 minutes here. We're going to talk about some things. I've
Oh yeah.
seen behind the curtain a little bit.
We're doing
Yes.
shots fired though. We're doing some shots fired. So competition, capitalism here, right? It's how you innovate. It's how you stay on your toes. So
Definitely.
we're kicking something awesome up here. So
Yeah.
all right, and then the last one, Atlas. I haven't used it.
Atlas. I've used it a little bit. It's an interesting concept, but the rub is going to be in forming the habits around it. Being sure that people put in their updates every week. You follow up when people don't.
There's a lot
That's
of
really going to be the rub.
I already see a lot of teams that even with just vanilla Jira, they're like, I don't like using Jira, or I don't like, it's not part of my day-to-day life. I'm not in the habit of going back to Rodney's ticket or tagline. Have you updated your issues today? Right? Like people, I don't know. It's got to be more natural, more part of
and Atlas is trying to get at those side channels that people use, right? Slack messages, Twitter feeds, and kind of pull that information regarding status as so that maybe it's not on the Jira issue, but maybe somebody made a side comment on the team's Slack channel.
I was gonna say hot take 2024 prediction: HipChat makes a comeback.
Alex, don't do that to me.
I'm gonna say, what is
up.
that? Not a Slack killer.
There are hot takes and there are points where you're just flat out wrong, and I think that's in the
You wait
latter
and
bucket.
see. You wait and
That
see.
just-
Atlassian brings out a Slack killer.
From who?
With Alex, we did HipChat 2.0.
Don't get my hopes up. My heart can't take it literally.
But I think also this speaks to 3 products that we talked about that went GA, and it's pointing out how much Atlassian still has in reserves. They're not resting on their laurels. Point A is a really good product incubator. I think they're picking their ideas in there, seeing what sort of coincidentally using product discovery to mature those ideas into products through Point A, and we're just starting to see GA after GA after GA, and are all of these going to be home runs? Probably not.
But that's what it takes to innovate.
But that's what it takes healthy companies to do.
We're looking ahead to 2024. We've got Beacon that's in Point A right now and is developing fast.
I'm very, very excited for Beacon. What else they got in the pipeline?
I'm trying to think, but
analytics, maybe. Did we mention analytics in here?
I have put it. We've mentioned
data lakes and analytics. Yeah, I don't think it's maybe Teams 24 is when it's one of those things that probably is going to be like typical Atlassian fashion by the time it comes out. Again, it's only for enterprise, right?
Biggest thing that we missed here. But no, when did it come out? Dark mode Jira.
Oh,
this year.
February.
Confluence is
Confluence is still not fully rolled out though. I don't have dark mode Confluence yet. Or it was still barely came out.
Yeah, I think it barely came out. I think Bitbucket was following behind there too. So.
But I don't know how we missed this. Jira's dark mode was the biggest game-changing feature of all Atlassian in 2023.
And Atlassian refuses to hype it to the point it deserves.
I'm trying to just see when I did this. Jira dark mode Ape Tech. Let me see if I could have sworn I dropped this one. No, I dropped it
a year ago.
No, fine. It didn't make the cut. It was 1 year ago.
December. Yeah.
But I think, no, you know what? That was the beta. 2023 was a year that it was general availability for everybody.
Yeah.
So that video was when it was in beta, where you still had to go to the lab and turn it on. Now it's just a thing. So yes, it's still bad. 2023 dark mode. My favorite feature. All right. So let's keep. You only got like 5 minutes to do the last 3. So things we didn't like. HIPAA.
Right. So, question to you out there: what plans is HIPAA comply with?
Used to be.
I could not answer.
Yeah.
Right. And Alex is correct. It used to be it used to be enterprise only, but now it's any paid plan. Standard, premium, or enterprise.
You just need to enter that, assign that form,
So
right?
the reason why it is in the loathe column is, why is this Atlassian's biggest secret? You know, for
This is something I said when they announced the server in the live. This is something I pointed out almost immediately. FedRAMP, HIPAA. Atlassian's not certified for these things in the cloud yet. This is a problem if you expect people to go to the cloud. And to their point, Atlassian has been working on it. See the first point in long for, but this is something they should be shouting, and they aren't.
Yeah, no, it threw me by surprise, and this is something that I was looking into it like in June timeframe. And I think Bob, you and I made the discovery together, right? That it was like, I'm like, it's enterprise only, and Bob's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Sure enough, I was wrong. All right, but anyway, yeah, I think that transparency and rollout, maybe it's a hassle and they just don't want to deal with it at scale.
I think they need to follow through. They announced that it would be available soon, and they need to kind of follow through. There's none of this, oh, we just updated this page.
Well, I know for companies that needed HIPAA, this is definitely in their loved column, because prior to this announcement, you had to like pony up for the most for enterprise, which has a minimum user tier. So a small company with 25 people that wanted HIPAA couldn't get it unless they had like 1,000 users.
Right.
So big problem. All right, server apocalypse and the constant migration. Boy, has
so this is something we have been dealing with for what, Bob? 3 years now.
Yeah.
When they make that 2020,
we're
coming up to the end. How many days?
60. They got 59 days, and 2024 hot take. This February 15th is gonna roll. Guaranteed.
I don't think so.
It's rolling.
I still don't think so.
It's rolling. I guarantee you, we're gonna come up like on February 5th, and they're gonna go, just kidding. You guys got another month.
No.
So if you
think they're
if you look at their site and where they talk about
these things, because when it happens, I'm gonna go back and run this into your face. And then you guys can
I agree with Bob and Rodney. I don't think it's going to stay that.
I think they're too invested at this point.
Yeah, and also people will not take them seriously. It's not a Team 23 or 24 registration form. They've been getting a lot of hate for this. Extending it will just make it more miserable.
Atlassian is a public company. They have shareholders. They have to make these announcements. And a lot of these are
I don't know,
limited by legal. So
Windows 7 death came one day and it lasted another 3 years. Windows XP death was one day and it lasted another 3 years. Windows Server 2000, Windows Server 2008.
Yeah, that's Microsoft though.
But Microsoft,
that's Microsoft. We're not dealing with Microsoft here.
I'm just saying this is such an impactful event that is going to happen on February 15th. If I was a betting person, I'm going to bet that it slides. That's my.
I mean, we'll see here in about another 45 days or so.
Yeah, we'll find out if February 15th is good to Alex or not.
It's my birthday. So.
Otherwise, maybe then Alex can stand true on his promise of the 24-hour live stream.
There we go. I think that is the 24 hours of Alex is right, everybody else in the world is wrong. I think he could talk nonstop 24 hours live stream.
Do that, Alex. Start on February 14th, and when
I can't
officially said,
the 15th is my 35th birthday.
Even more of a reason for you to do a 24-hour.
I'll start it at midnight and I'll run for my entire 35th birthday.
Just keep your phone with you, like live streaming
everywhere I go. All right.
So
automation billing changes, folks. Did I have this wrong? But now I have some clarity. Atlassian has been making a lot of changes on automation billing changes since we made the first discovery of this. And your bill's not going up. I think it's going to be worse.
How can it be worse?
They're going to cut off your automation rule executions when your usage runs out.
Right. that's what it meant.
Right, but I'd rather be billed for the delta than to be cut off for the delta.
Right.
Yeah, but that's a very different choice, right? Like a lot of customers would say, "Hey, why would you bill us extra?" And then they would be like, "So I understand. Like Atlassian does this. Like if you're from a developer community, the same kind of things happens on the Forge calls as well, right? Like how many API calls you're doing per month and all that. So
But can you buy more?
yeah, I mean you can, but then they'll again that buy button or extend button will constantly pop up on the Jira admin side saying that hey, you might hit your something like that limit.
But I think it's really bad because like I have teams that depend on your automation rules, right? And the moment that they get cut off, that dependency, right? The amount of manual work you're gonna have to do to clean things up is gonna be so painful. I'd rather just pay more to avoid that mess.
No, for sure.
So,
I agree.
So just keep eye on time, guys. We have about 10 minutes left. Do we want to cover any last topics before we hand it over to Sajid?
Well, okay, let's just go faster.
Should we rush? Should we rush? Yeah.
Let's 2 minutes. Speed round. New team field got announced. This is basically the Jira Advanced Roadmap team field has been merged with the regular team field that I thought was completely useless and not like a more useless.
It's half-baked execution.
Yes, very half-baked.
It's a very half-baked execution.
Where's your okay? I guess this is the didn't like column. So yes, this one appropriately matched. Atlassian first ever layoff. This was what 20-year company first round of layoffs.
Yeah.
Hurt everybody, but that's you weren't a Silicon Valley tech company if you didn't have a layoff in 2023, right?
Yep.
FedRAMP.
On for.
Where you at?
Yes.
Call me.
It's supposed to be November according to Team 23. We're now in December, and I think they're saying some point next year, maybe.
It's at 2025.
So implementation is 2025. Approval is going to be like fourth quarter 2024.
Yeah, they're going to take the time.
I said this back in April. This is going to slip because I have not seen anything federal
this will
not slip.
But not the server end of life. Yeah, great.
All right, JSM.
JSM REST APIs. Where you at?
So this is mine. REST API calls for JSM are not as potent as the ones for work management, Jira Core, and Jira Software, which means that if you are doing things like migrating from sandbox to production on JSM projects, that's still reliant on those REST API calls, and those are still we're still kind of waiting for that.
And so Sean says FedRAMP is up to the government. Atlassian has no control over the dates. 2025 is not going to be the date then. Expected 2030. This is going to be a very
2030 might be
more reasonable
good estimate.
Yeah. India data.
India.
Where are you
so
at?
this has been a problem and like something that people have longed for in the APAC for like years since I've been part of. I was a user back when this was a problem. Now marketplace partner telling other users that it's still a problem. Every year we hear in the data center that something is coming up, but every year it just gets pushed. This year they've publicly said at multiple channels that H1 2024 it's coming, but until it's like officially announced. Yeah.
From a political standpoint, Sajid, does India data residency carry the same implications that manufacturing in India carries?
Oh yeah. So India data residency, think of as a partner, I can tell you, no banking financial entity will move to cloud until they have a data residency in India because of legal
Yes, the
banking
same rule that we
regulation.
have that it's got to be on your own soil type of thing.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
so that's been a
okay. So hold on, sorry, not to cut you off, but predictions then for when do you think it'll come out?
Team 24, right before Team 24, I think.
Right before
I am
Team 24.
hopeful, fingers crossed. Yeah,
FedRAMP, we said 2030. JSM REST APIs, what are you thinking? Next year?
Probably 2024, yeah.
2024. Epic naming, removal of Epic links. holy moly, has this been the sloppiest
It's
thing I've
a
ever
still
seen.
in process type of thing, isn't it?
It's been going on for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It kneecapped one of my teams. At one point, one day we logged in, all the epics were gone. It's been, don't do beta.
So, Alex, when do you think this is happening?
Do we got a lesson learned here? Lesson learned of 2023. Do not sign up for betas in an enterprise environment.
No.
No,
That's what sandboxes are for.
Yeah, or at
Yeah,
least
no.
don't put it into the production environment.
Yeah, no, my team went gun ho and we went straight to production.
JSM portal customization. Where are you at?
This was actually announced in Team 23, and where
Crickets?
nothing yet. So
Dude,
I
that's
have a
something we
strong
should've
feeling this will be announced in 24.
This is something we should have
Again.
done. We should have taken all the 23 announcements of Team 23 and done where you at. Go delivered, missed.
Oh yeah, missed.
Native issue hierarchy.
Yeah, we're starting to see hints of this in there. I think it's starting to be in cloud in some places, but seriously, structures are only option to see full issue hierarchy. Still, come on.
Yeah. And then the shocked OSS, Old Street Solutions.
Okay, Old Street Solutions being bought, I could see. They were popular app. They were marketing was very much there. Tempo was the shock on that one. I'm like, really? Not AppFire?
Maybe there's conversations. And then Jaxo AppFire. So yeah, two big sales that we saw. I'm sure there were many, but these are the ones that were closest to. So in the interest of time, because we only have a few minutes left, Sajid, the floor is yours. Wow,
What can we expect?
Blow our minds away.
Though let's just winding up on everything.
And by
I
the way,
think-
you don't have 4 minutes. You can take you take as much time as you need. I was just kidding.
No, I think more than five minutes should be more than enough. Let me see if I can quickly present my screen. Share screen. Will it allow
So,
me
folks,
to
in the comment
share?
section, did we miss anything while Sajid is pulling that up? What feature did were you aware of that we totally missed? Let us know in the comment section here, and then also, what was the feature that you liked the most? Let us know. I know a couple people let us know earlier, but now that we're at the end of the video, how do we do? What do you agree with some of our predictions for FedRAMP? Do you agree with some of our predictions for Jira? What did you call it? Server apocalypse? Let us know in the comment section. Let your voice be heard. All right, Sajid.
Awesome. So Ace Quizzes has been existing for almost 2 years now.
We have to hit the add to the. Do you want me to add the?
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah,
How do I do that? There you go. Okay. All right. So the QuizBiz community has been existing since start of this year. When I say community, it was an individual show earlier, then became a community on the Atlassian community. You can just go on the global community, you can still see. But like while there's good amount of interest and like obviously nice people have participated and like helped me spread the word. Again, I always say the reason I did this or do this is I know that a lot of people in different silos of the Atlassian ecosystem don't get a chance to connect. They still work and exist in there. Like the Jira Life following is Jira Life following. It probably will not migrate over to somebody else unless.
I mean, it will now. Everybody watching the Jira Life, go make sure you watch.
Oh yes. Yes. So that's the hope, and that's why we are doing this, right? Right, and that's like it's very crucial because that's how I officially met Alex for the first time. Chris introduced him as one of the participants on this show. But what we are trying to do is get it a little bigger, make it a little more democratic. So we'll now be part of, starting next year, a bigger gamification focused community called Quizzing and More. And this was again some renaming, some organization on the Atlassian community side will stay a community, but there will be more events. So Ace Quizzes will continue to exist in that ecosystem. There is one conversation or set of events that I used to do at the Delhi community called Unfiltered Conversations. Andy has been part of one of those conversations, where Rodney has been part of one as well, where we did Teams 23 recap. I would usually community events end up becoming a slideshow where it can just be a YouTube video rather than anything else. So we try to change that, and we've got very good audience retentions on those unfiltered conversation events, where I think we did like an hour-long episode talking about Confluence with Theodora, somebody from Kalar, and Andy, and we had like 40-45 people staying there at the end of the
Wait, who
hour.
was this? So we can invite them to the show.
So
Yeah,
of
or-
course,
or-
Andy, the
We can get
online
Theodora
Andy,
here.
there was Theodora, yeah. But yeah, the idea is to have more unfiltered conversations, specifically on a specific topic under the Atlassian events umbrella. That will come back to the Quizzing and More community, and then the big announcements. The two new Atlassian focused events. Are you smarter than a Jira admin? Are you smarter than a Confluence admin? Focus totally on technical use cases. Use cases will be thrown out. We'll create. There's a brain trust. Bob is part of it. Rodney is part of it. Multiple people, not just me, will host these shows, and this will be an invite only kind of a show where we'll create those technical questions. Hopefully, get them vetted by Atlassian as well, so that we are not just creating questions and assuming that that's the right answer, but totally technical questions. And yeah, that will be like a badge of honor saying that, hey, I am smarter than a Jira admin. It won't be a compete kind of a thing between three people saying only one person is smarter than a Jira admin, like Ace Quizwiz is, but more of a badge where multiple people will participate, and we'll see how many people in one episode can say that they are smarter than a Jira admin. So we'll have technical questions on Jira and Confluence. If you think you are a smart Jira admin, participate and we'll get to know.
You'll find out. There's only one way to prove it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also,
So those are the announcements. Like as I said, the brain trust is the biggest win for me in this next year, because this brain trust, I will get to pick their minds, ask more questions, and they will create questions. Like for the last 2 years, I've been creating all the Ace Quiz questions, and my brain is starting to think in questions. So like I hear a good news, I hear a good music, I see a good news clipping, so my brain turns it into a question. So I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. So hopefully
you can like
some of
be
these-
like Hot Ones, where the guy doesn't eat hot sauce outside of work anymore.
oh yeah. But yeah, very hopeful and like excited for that.
Well, this is cool. I love it was second year now, right? Quizwiz.
Yes.
And seeing it grow, being there, one of the first people there was awesome last year. Being forcefully asked to participate in the second round is a pain. I don't know how you guys get pleasure out of this. I am like dreading like January 17th, which is the day we're going, is like now like an X on my calendar.
Well, part of it for me, it's more like it's almost like an obligation, right? Having the crown means I have the target, which and I have dressed appropriately there. So
this though is an iteration of the original shirt you guys wore during your last match, right?
This is Mark II. This is kind of the official. How do you feel, Jira Avengers? Well,
now we got a target on our back.
We got it, or target right here. So
well, so
they're definitely.
Thank you for
there are definitely teams who are targeting the Jira Avengers. But yeah, Jira Avengers are already in the semifinals. We'll see the other three over
you
January.
Don't need to rub it in, dude. We know. We're aware. Everybody knows.
Well, but for those that haven't seen QuizWiz, you could always go to my favorite episode, the one I kind of have on repeat on YouTube, and that was the last one. So which featured the Jira Avengers and their ascendance to the semifinals. So.
That was
just a suggestion.
That was a good episode. As I said, Bob has an obligation because he's the champion. That being said, everybody seems to be gunning for the Jira guy. Everyone wants to say they beat the Jira guy.
Oh yeah.
You have a lot of big shoes to fill. All right, Sajid, thank you so much again for helping us out with this very, very special end of the year 2023 episode. Thank you.
And thank you, Jira amigos out there in seeing this live or seeing this recorded. Thank you for making the Jira life what it is and what it has grown so far, and hopefully it will grow even more in 2024.
And it's just been 6 months.
Yeah.
We started this June 1st.
Yeah.
7 months, I guess. 7 months now. I don't know the mental math. But
It's a number,
Yeah,
but
that's
still,
hard.
it's been amazing growth, amazing community growing around it. The Atlassian community is one of the best places to work in. I say this often, just as a reflection on the year. When I started posting content, I was scared because we all hear stories about how toxic the internet can be. And I'm not going to say it's been 100% smooth ride, but working in the Atlassian community has been much smoother than I originally feared, just because it is such a supportive, wholesome community to be in.
Yep, and I sat on my YouTube channel for 4 years. We sat on the Jira Live for months before we launched, and definitely the best community to be a part of. So thank you everybody who has joined us in this special year of inaugurations.
Mhm.
And did you froze me up? Oh, Bob.
Bob's
froze me
heart
up.
Owen's
grew
PC did
and
not like
screamed.
that.
We're back. Damn Mac. I hate Apple.
All right.
Doesn't look like it from this
So
one.
how many Apple products do you have again, Alex?
Only 2 now. My we're moving, so this office is down to the bare minimum.
I believe the correct answer is all of them.
All of them. I have
All
one
of
of
them.
each. It's not a big problem, guys. One of each. That's my dream goal. I plan to make enough money one day where I can walk into an Apple store and just tell them like one of each, please.
Wow.
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so if you're looking for sponsors, or I'm looking for sponsors. So if you want to help participate in that goal, let me know. All right, Mr. Ronnie.
Take us out.
My new next door neighbor's name is Ronnie.
Oh no. Everyone, thank you for watching the Jira Life. Thank you, Sujit, Quizless Master, for being on. Our producer is King Bob Wen. Our my co-host is Alex, Dr. Jira Ortiz. My name is Rodney, the Jira Guy Nissen. You can catch us every Thursday, normally at 2 p.m. Pacific, but today a little bit different. If you can't catch us live, catch us on YouTube.
EMEA friendly in
Yeah.
January. And then Miro's
But,
coming over on January 11th.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I said if you can't catch us live, catch us on YouTube. Be sure and like and subscribe to the video. If you can't catch that, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple iTunes. We are catching up slowly but surely, but it is happening.
You know what?
And
Ronnie, not interrupt you one more time, but this has to be a thing where I interrupt you the last minute of the episode so that people have to stay on to the end to hear what special announcements we're going to make the last 10 seconds of the episode. You guys stick to the end. Sorry, I just think we just make it a part of the show.
Yeah, it's official at this point. But anyways, for the last time in 2023, we didn't choose the Jira Life. The Jira Life chose